Hello and welcome to this information video about the doctoral programs of the Academy. In projects of the Academy, status, or in other words, title factors of organization and conduct of scientific events are secondary. Of course, elements of recognition of achievements, the status of the leader and professional advantages of scholars among their colleagues are always important and always appreciated in the social environment, especially in the creative sphere. In particular, that is why the researchers consider the scientific degrees and different titles to be so important, and that is why the society respects them so much. In countries with not very high level of social development, importance of scientific titles and increased demand for them often create conditions for different kinds of abuse. In any case, the key peculiarities and the ultimate goals of the scientific degrees are the stimulation of creative activity of scientists and recognition of their real achievements. When we were developing the doctoral scientific and analytical programs as independent projects, we were guided by these two basic principles. Doctoral programs of the Academy are systematically interconnected scientific and qualification assessment events. They are based on stimulation of self-organization, self-development, creative initiative and activity of scientists, promotion of scientific papers and their wide consideration, organization of professional communications, and deep and comprehensive expert and open public appraisal of the results of scientific studies conducted by scientists from around the world. Doctoral programs of the Academy are not the direct analog of the academic doctoral programs offered by the universities. They are not expected to substitute them or copy them in any form. Doctoral program is a form of organization and development of effective scientific activity, which is implemented in the course of its tracking, professional analysis and assessment by the representatives of international scientific community. These are the specialists from around the world. Doctoral qualifications granted to applicants after successful completion of the doctoral programs are first of all the scientific degrees or titles which reflect the high level of scientific activity, creative self-expression and progressiveness of ideas, which are in turn manifested through the significant list of original scientific papers prepared by the scientist and published during the certain period of time. The number of such scientific papers is fixed in the rules. The mechanism of implementation of doctoral programs is based on objectively the most effective and generally accepted way to ensure the legitimacy of social processes. It includes the following: the democratic process of involvement of representatives of international scientific community in making the legally significant decisions, the procedure of professional assessment of studies by qualified professionals from around the world, professional and collective nature of all decisions related to the implementation of the doctoral program, international nature of the scientific process connected with implementation of the doctoral programs, which is manifested in participation of specialists from different states and scientific schools in this process, mass publication, transparency, general accessibility and objectivity of information about the doctoral programs and mechanism of their implementation. These programs have both the scientific and educational content, because all kinds of scientific processes actually assume accumulation and analysis of theoretical and practical information in order to build some new knowledge. The scale and intensity of participation of applicants in championships predefine the actual educational and scientific load of a doctoral program. Achievements in championships characterize the degree of completion of the educational elements of the program by the applicant, the corresponding level of the scientist's competence, certain level of innovation reached by the scientist in his or her studies, high collective appraisal of the studies by the professional scientific community. But the main task and the key element of the programs is formation and development of innovations. The most important question is the following: can the person formulate reasonable original conclusions and ideas in his or her original scientific papers? This will actually predefine the results of participation of such scientists in championships, and therefore in the doctoral programs. In addition to the dynamic scientific and analytical doctoral programs, which are the basic type of the doctoral programs, the Academy is also offering the scientific and analytical thesis-based and bibliographic programs. Both have their original features. The system of doctoral degrees of the Academy has 6 levels and allows the interested persons to gradually improve their doctoral qualification. There is also a possibility to convert the doctoral qualifications of a lower level into the qualification of a higher level. For example, if a person takes part in championships every year, such person can obtain 2 doctoral degrees of the same level within his or her branch of science. These 2 similar degrees can be converted by the scientist into 1 degree of the higher level. Doctoral qualifications of the Academy are formalized by the ordinary and the wall-mounted diplomas. All qualifications related to the certification programs are formalized by the Europass Diploma Supplement and the Europass Mobility. You can receive more information about the scientific and analytical doctoral programs from managers of the Academy or managers of the GISAP project. If you require any additional information, please take a look at our other videos and visit the official websites of the projects. Thank you for watching.